Hey, what's up, gentlemen? Chris here with Elite Level Leader, and welcome to the Battleground. In today's workout, I've got a leg workout for you, and how this is going to work is we have 5 different leg exercises that we're going to end up doing today, and within each of those, we're going to be doing 3 sets of 10 reps each with a 1-minute rest in between. However, I'm sure you know what I'm saying here. We're actually not going to go ahead and rest during there. What we're going to be doing in this workout and what the focus of this workout is, we are going to be burning body fat while we are simultaneously building muscle. And the best way that I found to do that is in between each of those sets is we're going to go ahead and pick up this jump rope back here, and you're going to go ahead and jump rope for 1 minute in between all of your sets. Now, once again, I want to go over a lot of the proper form and technique for the jump rope just to make sure that you are being as efficient and effective as possible. A lot of people are intimidated by the jump rope, not really sure why. I think it's because people make it more difficult than it actually needs to be. A lot of times people are jumping. They're actually really trying to jump rope, but really we're just bounding up and down. We're on the balls of our feet are together, and it's just a bounding up and down motion. This is all it is. This is very relaxed, and I'm only jumping a couple inches off the ground. Listen, this rope here is not very thick. We only have to jump enough to clear this thin little rope. So we don't have to bring our knees up. We don't have to kick our feet back. We don't have to pike our feet forward. We don't have to clear anything major obstacle. It's just enough to bound up and down and clear that rope. Once you initiate the first swing of that jump rope, a couple things I want to go over. First off, you see I'm still relaxed. My shoulders are down, and I'm just barely even moving my arms at all. I'm just got a little flick of the wrists, a little rotation of the wrists there in those hands. That's all that's needed to go ahead and rotate that jump rope around your body. We don't need to have a lot of movement at the elbow joint or at the shoulder joint. We don't need to throw this jump rope around us. So make sure you just need a little flick of that wrist. That's all it needs to go ahead and rotate that rope around. Another thing I want to go over is keeping those elbows in close to your sides. If those elbows start to come away from your sides, what's going to happen is you're going to trip up. What's happening is as those elbows and those hands start to trail out, that jump rope is coming off of the ground. So you're shortening up your jump rope. So as it comes around, you're going to go ahead and trip on your toes. Another thing is if I turn sideways here, you'll see that my hands are slightly in front of my hips. Now what happens is if I start to bring those hands behind my hips, we're going to trip up again, because as you're pulling that rope backwards, as it comes around, you're going to hit your toes. So make sure, a lot of the tips here, make sure you're just jumping on the balls of your feet are together, we're bounding up and down, we're keeping those elbows in close to our sides, and we're rotating that rope just with our wrists. Head is up, shoulders are down, and relaxed. Now from here, if you want to get a little bit more intense on this, you can go ahead and alternate a little sprint movement here, run in place, alternate right, left, right, left. You can switch off to a boxer step here. You can go into a freestyle movement once you get really good here. And then you can even, if you really want to intensify the workout and burn tons of fat during these workouts, you can go into double unders, which is going to be 2 rotations of the jump rope for every single jump. Whichever movement you choose, guys, you can just do that basic 2-foot jump. That is good enough. You're going to jump rope for 1 minute in between every single set of reps that we're going to end up doing here. All right, guys, that covers the jump rope portion of this workout, the fat burning portion. Now let's move into the strength training portion, which is going to be start off on leg day with alternating dumbbell forward lunges. So I'm going to head back here. I'm going to grab 2 dumbbells here. Palms are going to be facing each other here, or facing your hips. You're going to lunge forward with your right leg till that back knee just touches the ground barely. Come all the way up, opening up those hips at the top, rolling those shoulders back. Lunge forward with the left, then back to the right. And we're going to do a total of 20, so 10 per leg on these lunges. Now really quick again, I want to go over a couple things on those lunges. Make sure you're not short stepping it. Make sure you are stepping far enough out. What I want you to do, step far enough out. You have a nice 90-degree angle here on this front leg. What happens is if you short step it, when you go into that lunge, your knee is going to go way out over the top of that toe. Heel comes off the ground, puts a lot of extra added strain on that knee. So make sure you are stepping far enough out that you're able to get into that position. Another thing is as you are lunging here, you have the dumbbells in your hands. So there's a lot of forward and backwards momentum. What I don't want you to end up doing here is because of that, you're forgetting about that momentum and you're coming down and you're leaning way over the front of that leg because that momentum and those weights pulled you forward. So make sure you are engaging your triceps and your lats the entire time. So as you're lunging, Your body, your torso is fully upright. Roll those shoulders back, engage those lats, and squeeze those triceps. All right, guys, you're gonna do a set of 10 on each leg, so it's a total set of 20. Then you're gonna pick up that jump rope for 1 minute, back over there, do another set of 20, 10 per side of those forward lunges, jump rope for 1 minute, back to those, jump rope again. Then we're moving on to the second dumbbell exercise today for legs, which is going to be dumbbell goblet squats. So set the 2 dumbbells here off to the side, and we just need a single dumbbell for this, and you could probably go a little bit heavier on this. We're doing it, once again, 3 sets of 10 reps each. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab a heavier dumbbell. I'm gonna set this on the ground for just a second here. We wanna get in a nice squat stance. So our feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart, toes are pointed out slightly. Then what we're gonna end up doing here is hinging at the hips, knees are gonna start to bend. As the knees start to bend, knees are tracking out over the toes, making sure that your knees aren't caving inwards. You're gonna have the dumbbell in a goblet position here, right in this front rack position just underneath your chin. So as you hinge at the hips, knees start to bend, you're gonna sit backwards. Weight should be back in your heels the entire time because that dumbbell is gonna wanna pull you forward. So sit back, get down to full depth, butt down below knee level, then you're gonna press through the floor, knees are coming back, opening up those hips at the top to full extension. Grab this dumbbell, bring it up in this goblet position, hinge at the hips, knees start to bend, sitting back in the squat, weight is in the heels, full depth, press through the floor, opening up those hips, knees are coming back, opening up those hips, full extension at the top. All the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. We're gonna go 10 sets of these, or 10 reps of these. Once you've completed 10 of the goblet squats, set this down, pick up that jump rope over there. You're gonna do 1 minute of jump rope, then we're gonna go ahead and do another set of those 10 goblet squats, pick up that jump rope again, and another set of those 10 goblet squats. One thing I wanna go over really quickly here, guys, is depending on what they were doing, the goblet squat actually works really well for this, is what I call staging the jump rope. So the jump rope is around you in an arc right here. So for example, you're staging that jump rope behind you. If I just completed my goblet squats here, I'm doing my goblet squats, I finished them off, I can easily set this off, grab that jump rope, and go right into the jump rope. Then when I'm done with that, I can easily set it down, pick up the dumbbell, right back into my goblet squats again. So saves a little bit of time in transition. If you have that jump rope staged around you, it also helps to not have it all wound up, so you have to unwind it. So make sure you are setting it off to the side, that it's at least easy to grab and you don't have to unwind it. All right, guys, after you've completed that, then we're gonna go into the next leg movement, which is gonna be dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. So this is a kind of a straight leg movement, and we're working the hamstrings here. Now, it's kind of a tough movement to kind of figure out how to do and to really get the best benefit out of this movement. So I'm gonna grab 2 dumbbells here, and I'm gonna do my best to kind of explain the best way to go ahead and do these. So the Romanian deadlift, it's a deadlift, and it's basically you have straight legs and slight bend in those knees, and the knees are gonna bend a little bit as you kind of come up and down. And typically it looks like people are just kind of hinging at their waist, and this is what they're doing. And I don't want you to do that because that can injure your lower back. What we're doing on the Romanian deadlift, instead of just hinging at the waist, think about it as you're sending your butt straight backwards. So you have these dumbbells in your hands. You want to keep the dumbbells as close to your thighs and your legs as they travel down. So you're coming back, you're just sending the butt backwards. I'm not hinging at the waist. I'm sending the butt backwards. As I come down here, you're gonna feel that start to stretch out your hamstrings. Now the weight is back in your heels. As you come down here, those dumbbells are traveling down your legs. You're gonna get to a point here where you really feel that stretch. Then at that point, when you feel like you can't go any further, that's when you rotate, and now you're bringing the butt forward and opening up those hips to the top. So think about it, not hinging at the waist, because that's really not stretching out your hamstrings. All that's doing is hinging at the waist. Send the butt back. As the butt goes back, that's when you're gonna feel that stretch in those hamstrings. Now, depending on your hamstring mobility or stretchiness or whatever you wanna call it, you might not be able to get down very low. Some people are gonna be able to bring those dumbbells all the way to the ground. But you want to make sure you're keeping a flat back the entire time. If you're touching those dumbbells on the ground, really pay attention to your form. Make sure you're not just hinging at the hips. I don't have great flexible hamstrings, so I really can't personally go very low on these, but I still feel it in the hamstrings, so I know I'm still getting the benefit out of the exercise. So once again, I'm sending that butt back. As I'm going down, my knees are slightly bending. and head and neck is in neutral spine. Now I'm coming down to here, really feeling the pull in those hamstrings. That's about as far as I'm gonna go, so I'm gonna come all the way back up. Slow and controlled down, sending that butt back, not just hinging at the waist. We're gonna do a set of 10 of these. Once you've done 10 of those, you're gonna set these down, pick up that jump rope for a 1 minute jump rope. 2 more sets of 10 of those with the 1 minute of jump rope in between. Then we're gonna move on to the fourth movement today, which is gonna be dumbbell Bulgarian split squats. So you're going to need a bench, and you're gonna need that bench set up in a flat position. So I'm gonna bring this down here. I'm gonna use the same dumbbells I was using before. We're gonna need 2 dumbbells for this. And based on your foot ankle mobility, you have 2 positions here on the bench. You might be able to put the whole top flat part of your top of your foot on the bench. I like to just put my toe up on that bench. Just like the forward lunges, make sure that your forward leg is far enough out that when you go into this squat here, you're not all bunched up. So you're coming down here, you should still have that nice 90-degree angle on the front leg. If you're back here and you try to go into this squat, knees goes out way over that toe and you get kind of bunched up in here, you're not really getting much of the benefit of the exercise. So make sure you're kicking that leg far enough out. We're gonna go ahead and grab these 2 dumbbells here and bring that foot up into position. Make sure I'm kicked out far enough here. Now from here, roll those shoulders back, get your upper part of the body straight up and down. We don't wanna be leaning forward. So from here, we're gonna squat down and then come all the way up. We're gonna do 10 on the first leg. Once you've done 10 there, you're gonna switch off, bring the other leg up, kick that leg out, and we're gonna do 10 of the Bulgarian split squats on that side. Once you've completed 10 on both sides, that's when you pick up your jump rope and do your 1 minute of jump rope in between, not in between the right and the left. Once you've completed both, pick up that jump rope, do the 1 minute of jump rope. Then you're gonna go back over there, 10 on each leg again, 1 minute of jump rope, back over here, 10 on each leg again, 1 minute of jump rope, and then we're moving on to the final exercise today, which is going to be dumbbell single leg calf raises. So first off, I like to kind of have something to hold on to kind of keep my balance. So I'll put this up in this position. And then also, I really highly recommend getting something for you to put your foot on, so when you bring your heel down, you get a bit of a negative there rather than just the floor. So you could use, a dumbbell here. You can place a dumbbell right there, and you can use this. So this will work good. I've used in the past a couple of other workouts. I've got a couple blocks that I've used, but you know what? A dumbbell will work just fine for this. So what we end up wanting to do here is, if you are doing the calf raise on your left leg, you have the dumbbell, the weight, on your left hand. This hand's up here, just kind of keeping balance. Bring your toe up onto your dumbbell or block, whatever you're using. From here, you're gonna sink that heel down below there, and then you're gonna come up, and now you're gonna extend and squeeze at the top. That's the most important part right here, is coming up, squeezing, and pausing at the top. Now you slow and control, come back down, squeeze at the top, slow and controlled, squeezing at the top. Really just hold it for a second or 2 up there. That is what's really going to develop that calves. Once you've completed 10 on the left side, you're then gonna switch off and do 10 on the right side. So you're gonna have your right foot on that dumbbell or that block, and then the dumbbell, the weight is going to be in your right hand. So you wanna make sure it's always on the same side. So you're gonna do 10 on each side. Once you've done 10 on each side, that's when you pick up that jump rope, do your 1 minute of jump rope, and then you're gonna go back there, you're gonna do 2 more sets on each leg with that 1 minute of jump rope in between, and then that completes your leg workout of the day. And I'll see you right back here, guys, in the border or the battleground for your next workout. And as always, guys, make sure you check out EliteLevelLeader.com for complete fitness and business training programs and to enlist today.